everybody, to HLTV Channel 15, live at Merrill Field for tonight's game between Harlan Cyclones and the Underwood Eagles. I'm Brian Martin. Along with me is Shane Conrad and Jonathan North on the camera. Shane, we have a good matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Underwood only coming in with one loss at 5 wins, and the Harlan Cyclones coming in with 7 wins and 2 losses, including a 5-0 win over the Monarchs last night in Denison.
They're on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, playing a lot of good soccer, but right now Underwood's taking it to them to start the game. We're going to get a shot well over the crossbar and out for a goal kick.
Definitely you see Harlan girls a little bit more aggressive than this. It was shocking to see Underwood go all the way down that field early, like you said.
Quick stoppage in play right now. Not really sure what's going on here. Coach Boyson seems to be looking for something.
Looks like one of the refs might be...
Maybe have a scraped knee.
Not even a minute in, we got first blood.
And from the refs, no less.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keast Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa. Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance. Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Paulie Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Cool Gold 105.3 FM, KNOD in Harlan, Iowa.
Family Service Community, SCSB.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment, including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
Ref is A-OK, and we'll look to get back underway with a goal kick from the Cyclones, and Underwood wins possession. A good attempted split by the Eagles, but Cyclones are going to get there and see it out for a goal kick. Underwood can't quite control it out for a Cyclone throw on the near sideline.
So looking early, Shane, what advantages does Cyclones have against Underwood just on, I guess, just seen on the field as of right now?
Right now, it seems like Underwood has the advantage, but the Cyclones are trying to get the ball under control. They're usually a pretty good passing team through the midfield, but Underwood seems to have a good touch on the ball and be communicating pretty well. They're going to come forward and play a backside ball with a good run from the backside, but Argetsinger's going to get there and clear it out. It's a good read by the Cyclone defense, and that'll be out for a goal kick. I think the Cyclones may have gotten away with one there.
Yeah, it looked like she touched that as she was, because even the goalie was a little.
Oh no, it will be a corner. Okay, maybe. It looks to be some confusion down there. I think Harlan and Underwood both thought it was going to be a corner, but the refs have decided otherwise, and we'll have a goal kick for the Cyclones. And it's short and read by the Eagles. Harlan's still working on trying to get it up the field. Much better job as they get it up to Ivy Stevens. She's going to play it wide to Schwezo, who brings it back to the middle. And
they have yet to see past the mid line here.
Yeah, the Cyclones are struggling. You wonder if it's not, having come off a game just last night. They may have won comfortably, but still going to take a toll. Underwood on the attack. They get the ball wide, but it's going to be defended well by the Cyclones.
Yeah, like you said, Harlan played last night, and you look, and Underwood hasn't played since the 14th. So, a little bit fresher legs there.
Yeah. Yes, and those fresh legs are going to pay off as Underwood puts one in the back of the net.
So, early here, Shane, 36 minutes left in the first. Underwood strikes first, 1-0. Is that cause for concern for the Cyclones being down 1-0 early?
It might be. It looks like they might have a little bit of tired legs. They don't seem to be moving or controlling the ball as well as you see Kiergaard with a pretty poor touch in the midfield. Like I said, Underwood seems to be controlling and passing the ball really well. Ivy Stevens with a good cutback. She's going to try and get Anderson down the wing. Can't quite get to it. It's also something I'm not sure the formation that the girls are playing, but Ivy Stevens seems to be dropping into the midfield a little more than what I think she's normally used to.
So usually they're down there pretty quick, and it just seems like we're kind of seeing shades of just them not really pressing on the field as much.
Yeah, and I know I saw when they played Tri-Center, they like to play the ball out in front of Schwezo and let her run onto it. We wonder if they're going to maybe try and attack that way again, but to do that, they're going to have to get possession of the ball. And Underwood's doing a very good job of keeping possession.
And Underwood's no slouch, like we said early, 5-1 coming into this. Especially with a postpone and a cancellation, or else they would be kind of around the same as Harlan, I do believe.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you look at their schedule, their only loss right now is to Urbandale, big school from Des Moines. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cyclone girls fare. We're going to get it through to Schwezo. She's getting it wide out to Anderson, who should get to this one. She keeps it in and tries to go down the line, but the Eagles are there to defend it. But Cyclones with the ball up in Underwood's half.
Seems like they might be a little bit more calm now. Passes are kind of seeming to be a little bit easier this time around.
Yeah, sometimes you need that goal to wake you up and get you into the game.
But then again,
too
soon.
Yeah, Underwood is.
We're right back down.
They are controlling the ball very well. It's a good defensive play by Lauren Schmitz there. Albertson's able to pick it up, and she'll play it up the field. See if Schwezo can bring this one down. Harlan doing a pretty good job of keeping their shape and defending as a team. You're just not seeing the high press that I think you're used to from the Cyclones.
As the goalie was way out past the box on that one. So Ivy Stevens is stalking a little bit there, but they were able to clear that out.
Yeah, that's more typical for higher level teams for their keeper to come out like that. Underwood may be a team that plays back through their keeper a little bit more when they're in trouble. But that could become risky if Harlan's able to win it. Will be out for an Underwood throw. And she's going to throw it from on the field. Here at Merrill, we play the black outlined portions of the field. Gets a little confusing sometimes if you're not used to playing on this field. And Harlan's going to throw long to Anderson. Might have been some miscommunication as she wasn't running quite yet. And that's going to be turned over.
Ooh.
You'd like to see a shot.
Just right.
You know, pretty poor outlet from the keeper for Underwood, right to Anderson. Fortunately for Underwood, it was just a little off target on the shot. Harlan doing a much better job of pressing, but Underwood's able to work out of it. And the Cyclone defense, a little communication issues it looks like there. Should have been a pretty easy one for the defenders to get onto. And we're going to have a good backside ball. And it'll be out for an Underwood throw. It's one thing that makes you nervous watching from up here is Underwood's getting some late runs from the backside. Could be troublesome and free up a goal opportunity for the Eagles. It's going to be out. Underwood's going to have the throw on the near sideline.
It just kind of seems like once Underwood gets in there, Harlan has a very tough time clearing it out past the midline to where they're actually on the attack. It's almost like you have to wait for Underwood to either miss a goal or make a goal to get the ball back.
Yeah, right now, watching, you have Underwood with all 10 field players in the Cyclones half, and that is not typical at all. They're about 5 yards over the midline, which you'd like to see Harlan put a forward up a little higher and maybe try and play long over the top, as offsides doesn't start till midfield. And Cyclone's going to turn it over, Underwood onto it. That should have been an easy gather for Albertson, but slips through her fingers and out for a Eagles corner.
And we did miss the sub out of Ivy Stevens as she's setting. And seeing subs early, but like you said, they played last night. So you're going to see a lot more subs early, probably often this whole game for the Cyclones.
Yeah, especially coming into this game against a strong opponent in Underwood. And Albertson bobbles it, but is able to get back onto it. She's going to go quick over the defender's head for the Eagles.
It's kind of where you wanted to see them press a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It just kind of seemed like she just jogged on that one. I think if she would have pressed a little bit harder, she would have got to the ball first.
Yeah, definitely like to see a little bit more intensity out of the Cyclones. She tries to play into Schwezo, but Underwood's there to defend it. It's a good job by Haley Good there, pushing the Eagles player off the ball, but can't quite connect the pass. This is another moment where you'd like to see Harlan push up a little more on the field.
Especially if they're, like you said, they're playing more so goalie, back to the goalie, without even being a shot on there. So,
especially with, the error by the keeper earlier where, she played it right to Anderson for the Cyclones. It's one where you definitely would like to see your team push up and put the pressure on, maybe force another errant pass. Cyclone set up on the free kick. That's a low one. Underwood's going to get onto it.
Again, Harlan just kind of just waiting.
Yeah, Harlan definitely playing a lot more reactive soccer than trying to force the game where they need it to be played.
Especially down a goal, you definitely don't want to just kind of be laxed out there. You'd figure they'd want to press and tie it up rather quickly here in the first.
Yeah, as Underwood's going to get a ball over the top of the defense. But Tornaton's going to be there, and it'll be out for an Eagles throw.
So just over 27 minutes left here in the first. Underwood 1, Harlan nothing here at Merrill Field, but I don't think that's going to be the only goal we see in this game.
I would be shocked if it was. As Albertson collects the ball off a deflected shot. Underwood's definitely controlling the game right now. Again, the Cyclones seem to be just sitting and waiting for the ball. You like to see him go attack it a little more. Anderson almost gets the steal. See here, right here is where you'd like to see Cyclones push up.
I'd say at least two more red jerseys down there when they do that, at least.
Right now it almost feels like the Cyclones are kind of man-marking the Eagles when they have the ball instead of kind of playing an area of the field. Kiergaard doing a good job of forcing that ball back. The Eagles get it into the box, though.
Just kind of spot-on passing down there, especially in the goal box.
Yeah.
It seems to be well controlled. But like you said, Harlan's kind of just a wait-and-see type of coverage, I guess.
To me, that hasn't been typical of the girls this year. But they are definitely just waiting for the ball.
It looks like we have Ivy Stevens and Anderson waiting to be subbed in.
The Eagles get it back out wide. They're going to play a ball into the back top side of the box. That's when you like to see Albertson come out and get, as the Eagles are going to get flagged for offsides. It's a good fine short for the Cyclones, and they'll get it out wide. Not sure if she was trying to play Tornaton there or what, but she got in the way, and it's a turnover for the Cyclones, but Underwood kicks it out, and it's a Cyclone throw on the near side, as we'll see Ivy Stevens and Cassie Anderson come in. And it's going to be whistled out for a Cyclone throw. Anderson gets it into the middle to Tornaton, who's going to find Schwezo. Just a mistouch there by Schwezo. Again, this is where you'd like to see the Cyclones push up a little more. Maybe win the ball.
Kind of catch them off guard, maybe wolf them a little bit. But
these Eagles, though, might have a little bit of speed on the Cyclones, as they're fortunate in their offsides trap, and they catch the Eagles in it.
It's the third offside call so far here in the first half.
Yeah, which is good for the Cyclones defense now, but worrying because they look pretty close calls. So if Underwood can get that timing right, they could be through for a easy one-on-one attempt. Cyclones play the ball long, and Underwood's going to control it. That'll go out for a Cyclone. Oh, they're going to give it to Underwood. It'll be an Eagles throw. As Ivy Stevens gets it in the midfield and lays it off to Tornaton. She's going to try and play
just
Stevens
overran it
back wide, but a bit behind her and out for an Eagles throw. Cyclone's just really having trouble getting a hold of the ball for long periods of time right now. On the sideline for an Eagles throw, they go down the line and can't quite get a handle on the control, and it's out for a Cyclone throw. That ball will go back to Albertson. And we'll see her get the ball upfield, see if a Cyclone can come down with. They cannot.
It's almost like Underwood is just kind of toying with the Cyclone defense again, but after the first goal, defense is a little bit tighter down there around the goal box, or else this could have been at least a 2-3 game or 3-0 game.
Yeah, Cyclone's doing a better job in the defensive third. Still like to see them get a little more possession as we're used to seeing them. Underwood's kind of doing the controlling with the quick passing and good movement through the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, we've only seen him on Harlan's side maybe 2-3 times this half, and you're not putting points on the board in your own territory, that's for sure.
Yeah. As Harlan clears it out, it'll be an Eagle throw on the far sideline. And the Eagles are able to bring it down. And Harlan's just going to have to play it out for... Never mind. They're going to get a Cyclone throw there, as it looks like Underwood got a touch on it. Stevens dropping back in. It's a good turn by the Eagles midfielder, but the shot's going to be well wide, probably a little high even if it was on target.
They're not afraid to shoot from anywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, no, they definitely are not gun shy. They're willing to pull the trigger. Kiergaard gets onto it, but a little bit of a long touch, and Underwood's back with the ball. And they're going to try and play a ball through, but Albertson's out to gather it up.
I feel like they're just trying to get it over the midline there. We're not seeing any rolls, just more trying to clear out, see if they can spark anything downfield.
Yeah, I think with how well Underwood is controlling the ball, the Cyclones just seem to be trying to relieve some pressure and get the ball up and out. You're going to get a good cross backside, but Underwood's forced back a little bit on the ball. And good turn shot and batted down and gathered by Albertson. Again, Albertson kicks it out, but Underwood gets onto it, and it's right back into danger.
I would say no Cyclone there in the territory she cleared it out at. There was at least 3 Eagles there kind of waiting on it.
Yeah, and the Eagles able to get a good shot off, but Albertson with good positioning there makes it an easy save. Again, it is not going the Cyclones' way on the punts from the keeper. But Stevens with the steal. He tries to get it back to Torniton and just doesn't quite have a good touch, and the Eagles back in possession. And that's a good ball backside off the back post and out. Cyclones catching a bit of a break there.
I definitely thought that was in there, and I think a lot of the fans thought too from Underwood.
Yeah, that was definitely trouble for sure, and definitely looked like it could have gone in, but nope, just off the post and out. And Underwood with another good pass through. The ball bounces around, and the Eagles are on it. Schwiezo drops in and gets a good touch on it. They're going to get it back to her. She's going to play it long and see if she can outrun the defense. Not quite. Bad pass back, though. And the Eagles get away with one as the keeper was playing out. And that's the danger when you have that. Keeper's out a little bit, and if you don't get the pass back hard enough, it's trouble.
You see more aggressive Underwood is on the defense. They're a little bit more willing to go body to body, kind of force you off the ball, as Harlan is kind of a wait and try to steal.
Yeah. Again, Harlan, it is definitely just a case of tired legs for the Cyclones. They're just a step slow on their movements, and hopefully they can break out of the funk. As Argetsinger's going to come in for Torniton. Underwood with the throw down the line, and Kiergaard's going to see it out, and then it will be cleared out by the Eagles for a Cyclone throw. We got about 16 minutes left in the first half. Cyclone's down 1-0 at this point. Argetsinger with the good defense and gets it off Underwood and out for a Cyclone throw. Schmitz goes long down the line. And Argetsinger's going to be whistled for a handball as she grabbed it just before it was out.
Yeah, she was well on the sideline for that one, but not past that black line.
Yeah, and again, that ball was clearly going to go out, and she was just getting a little ahead of herself trying to play quick. Just grabbed it before it crossed the line. It's a good read by Stevens. Can't quite get the left foot around it, though, to play Anderson. As Underwood switches field, and they'll play out of this press by the Cyclones.
I would say they have a lot of white jerseys over there wide.
Yeah, Underwood's spreading the field really well. And fortunately for the Cyclones, the Eagle player didn't see the next pass down the sideline. Otherwise, Underwood would have been attacking the Cyclones' goal again. Get a couple subs for Underwood now. The Eagles will play it back to the keeper, and Stevens going to get a little light pressure there, force a turnover from him. And Cassie Anderson doing a good job fighting off the pressure, but can't keep control of it, and the Eagles are back with the ball. Kiergaard going to try and go wide to Anderson.
Kind of see like Harlan wants to play more behind the ball than just more worried about pushing it down the field.
Yeah. Schwiezo going to press out wide. I think she might need a break. She seems to be showing a little bit of tired legs right now. And that's a good ball to the backside by the Eagles. Going to try and play it through, but no one quite there. Long punt by Albertson, and Stevens is onto it. She'll get it out to Anderson, who's going to try and go long down the sideline, but good poke by the Eagles defender gets it out of bounds. Argetsinger up to take the throw. And no one running there.
I'd say you had Ivy Stevens kind of calling for it a little bit right there. I think if they would have done that, could have set something up on at least this side of the field.
Yeah, that was definitely an option. I know The Cyclones are probably coached to throw it forward, but definitely got to see someone running there, as that was just a throw to the defense, basically.
Yeah. You had 4 white jerseys to Harlan's 1 red jersey in that area, and Harlan's jersey was not going forward.
Yeah, and we'll get Tornaton coming back on for Kayla Anderson. Throw to Schwezo. She's going to take it and drop it back. Underwood there to block it, and they're back onto the ball. That's a good ball through. That could be trouble. Albertson coming out, and she'll gather it. That's a good look from the Eagles over the top. Just couldn't quite get onto it, and now they're back on the ball. She's going to hustle and not quite get there. Be a Cyclone goal kick with 11 and a half minutes left in the first half. Stevens going to be onto the ball. Stevens definitely showing a little bit of fight there. And she's going to get whistled for a foul. Looked pretty shoulder to shoulder there to me, so not sure what the ref saw, but he thought it was a foul, so we have an Eagles free kick.
It doesn't seem like she's fatigued at all, but...
yeah, she's definitely one of the few showing a little bit of a spark, so...
I mean, coming in with 11 goals on the season, the leading scorer of Harlan, they kind of rely on her being down the field, but Harlan can't seem to be getting it down there for her to do anything.
Yeah, you like to see a little bit more possession from the Cyclones, as they're going to get the ball and turn with it, but can't quite keep control of it as it's back to the Eagles. She gets taken out by the old turf monster there. But they're back on the attack. And another long effort, but over the bar and out for a Cyclone goal kick. Need a little bit more control of the ball by the Cyclones in the middle of the field, as they're going to turn it over again. But Underwood can't quite keep it. And
seems like they hit a wall about the 40-yard line, and it just kind of goes right back down to the goal box.
Yeah. Again, kind of like the boys last night, though, the Cyclone defense is just holding strong for the most part, as it'll be out for an Eagle throw.
Unfortunately, we waited through the whole game for just a 1 goal. If that's the case today, we already got that goal difference here early. And do you think possibly the wind does anything? But I really can't see it affecting that much.
Yeah, right now it doesn't seem to be a whole lot of wind. Wonder if it'll pick up in the second half, maybe, but Cyclones definitely need to just work on controlling the ball a little better, as they almost get onto it. Schwezo would have been streaking through there if they could have gotten possession. The Eagles are going to send it back and recollect, and good almost interception by Tornaton, but can't keep it. The Eagles are on the ball and attacking. Good ball backside. Albertson should be out to pick this one up.
Just the nick of time as well.
Yeah. Again, another long punt gets to around the 40. Just a missed touch by the Eagles, and they're back onto it. And the Cyclones keep it in, but turn it over to the Eagles. Eagles doing a really good job of just staying calm and possessing the ball, as we have a good turn in the midfield.
I see a lot of back and forth between seems like everybody in Underwood is touching the ball in this possession anyways.
Yeah, Harlan definitely, they're trying to make the passes. Again, they're waiting a little bit too much. And the Eagles will attack, and they're going to be through for a shot, but saved by Albertson. She's got Torniton open on this sideline if she can get it quick enough, but she's going to go towards Schwezo, just can't quite get the touch. And the Cyclones force a bad touch from the Eagles. We're off to Schwezo now. She can't quite get to it as Underwood's defender seems to have quite a bit of a quick first step there.
It's like once Harlan gets a little bit of light there, just Underwood seems to kind of come out of nowhere and puts it right back in Harlan territory.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of speed on Underwood's defense. As we're going to have a foul on the Eagles. Again, I'm not sure the foul call. Maybe she extended her arm. I didn't see it. It looked pretty shoulder to shoulder. A good just bump off the ball.
Okay, we've kind of been seeing that type of play all game. So
yeah, only blown it a few times. Only blown the whistle on it a few times. Torniton can't quite keep it in on the sideline. Stevens going to do her best to dribble, and she's going down the line to Torniton. Good turn by Torniton off to Stevens. Stays with it. We'll drop it back and try and switch the field, but Underwood reads it pretty well, and they're on the attack.
Would you have went wide there, or would you have tried to keep it towards Stevenson on that one? Because it just seemed like she was not really, just kind of clearing it out.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more controlled passing. I mean, I wouldn't have liked to see it played on the first touch like that. A switch wasn't bad, but it's got to be a more accurate ball if we're doing that. And we're going to get it out wide. Can't quite keep it in, though, out for an Eagles throw. We're about a little under 5 minutes left in the first half. Still 1-0, the Eagles lead. Stevens with the light pressure, and Underwood just passes by her and back onto the attack.
It kind of seems like Stevens is really the only one that's doing the pressure here, as a lot more kind of just lax pressure.
Yeah. Which that's just going to wear Ivy out. You kind of need to do this as a team when you're pressing like that. Eagles going to get it into the middle of the field. And they're going to go long through. This should be easy for Albertson to come up and grab. And we're going down the near sideline to Torniton. Little header exchange. Ball's still in, and the Eagles are down the line. That's a good ball into the middle. Good drop to a shot, but goes nowhere. Schwezo and Stevens dropping in. Torniton making a good run, but nobody quite sees it. Stevens still on the ball. That's when I think she just got a little flustered and tried to get rid of it a little too quickly. She had Schwezo open on the backside. So Underwood's going to control the ball and play it wide as they're by the first defender for the Cyclones. And it'll be out for an Eagles throw.
For the most part, refs are letting them play, but just the two little...
Yeah, I think there's only been 3 fouls maybe called. 2 of them that questionable, 1 each way. as both of them look to be pretty shoulder to shoulder. Cyclone's going to get over and defend pretty well. It'll be out for an eagle throw. Cyclones have a few girls up waiting to get in. And we're going to clear it out and hopefully reset. And Cyclones now with possession of the ball, but the Eagles are just swarming right now and able to steal it back. It's going to be a long shot, easily saved by Albertson.
Just the difference in speed here, like we've said before, tired legs on the Cyclones just makes it look like Underwood's first step is just so quick, because Underwood has not played since the 14th of this month, and Harlan coming off a...
And that's a good switch by Argetsinger. Schwiezo should get there. She hesitates.
She gets tackled.
She's tackled by the keeper, and it should be a penalty.
You would hope so. My Lord.
And
the goalkeeper was beat. The only option was to tackle. But this is not that kind of football.
And I'm going to be honest, as a person who watches a lot of soccer, that should be a red card on the goalkeeper for denial of a goal scoring opportunity. As we see what the refs are deliberating here.
So she had her beat, and she was going to get the step there for an easy goal. It looked like she had him beat off to the right there.
Yeah, 100%. Great move by Schwiezo. Not sure what the Underwood defender is pleading there. Looks like it's just going to be a yellow card for the keeper for Underwood, which is going to send her off for a bit of a break.
She's not happy about that, but...
Again, though, that should be a straight red. That's a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, as she was just plain tackling Schwiezo. So we'll see a keeper change. It looks like Reagan Ward is going to step in to play keeper for
a penalty kick.
A penalty and the rest of the half, and probably a little bit of the next half, as Schwiezo's over it. And she slots it home. That's a good penalty.
Goal for the Cyclones.
That's got to be heartbreaking for the Eagles, as they put up a good fight through this half and have been on the attacking side most of the half.
I say that was, I want to say, maybe their fifth or sixth time the Cyclone were down in the goal box. The goalie, like you said, was out of the box mostly all half. Kind of caught him napping on that one, and just poor judgment there by Underwood's goalkeeper.
I mean, again, as a player, she's got to do that. Otherwise, Schwiezo's putting the ball in the back of the net anyways.
Right. But at least you'd stay in the game, and because I mean, if Harlan puts it back down on that side of the field, they have their chances of scoring a goal have increased significantly.
Yeah. Again, I believe Ward is one of the stronger midfield players for the Eagles. So now she's out of the midfield and back in net. And not only that, I believe it's five. Oh, and Schwiezo's going to be through
here.
And she's got some speed. And she's going to poke it through and in for her second. And that's what we were just talking about, is that's where it's going to hurt Underwood.
Because now you have the momentum change. Harlan knows that they're down in basically percentage of save there with a different goalkeeper and not their normal goalkeeper.
Yeah,
she looks injured.
And Ward seems to be down after that play. Again, hoping she's all right.
So quite the momentum change here. You have a tackle in the goal box leads to a successful penalty kick by the Cyclones. They tie it 1-1, and they turn around and have an amazing breakaway and go up now 2-1 with 12 seconds left to go in the half.
Yeah, and the thing about Iowa high school soccer, I believe the keeper now is out for 5 minutes. I think it's 5. So she won't be able to come back in for the first few minutes of the next half either.
Right, and I do believe Underwood started with the ball at the beginning of the game. So
yeah, so we'll see what that means. Hopefully Ward's okay, as she's had a pretty good strong for the Eagles girls in the midfield, and was just trying to help out and play keeper after kind of a last-ditch effort from the starter.
And I mean, kind of hats off to the Cyclones there. They saw a weak moment, a weak spot, and you definitely saw them just attack a lot more, and you saw the speed that we're used to seeing from the girls.
Yeah, I mean, you catch Schwiezo getting an open lane, and
she was down there pretty quick.
She's got a long stride and was able to just barely outrun her, and then also just barely able to get the touch on the ball to score before the keeper could get there.
And the keeper was up pretty close to about the 10, so she was very wide open there, to where if she could beat the keeper, there was no way that was not going in.
Now we got Dr. Kittner out, checking out, making sure nobody's seriously hurt, as we're always hoping everybody leaves the game safely.
Yeah, and I mean, for Underwood, this would be now the third different goalie if she can't keep going.
And it's not, I don't know if it's so much that she can't keep going, but I believe when...
Probably off for a breather.
When the doctor comes out, it looks like she's definitely going to need to go off for a breather, but I'm not sure how it works, but I think if the trainer and coach come out, you have to sub off. But she's still moving a little slowly.
This, Lola Paulson for Underwood will take over as goalkeeper now. And that's another midfielder.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of midfielders just heading back and doing their best to stay, but she's only back there for 12 seconds. Hopefully for her, it's only 12 seconds. I can't imagine she wants to be back there.
Right. Especially if Harlan gets another little breakaway here. That 12 seconds could be very long for her, but they're going to clear it out.
And Harlan with a little trouble, need to just clear it out.
3, 2.
And we'll get to halftime. The Cyclones will go into the half with a 2-1 lead off of 2 Schwiezo goals.
Yeah, a slow start to this first half, and then kind of erupted there towards the end. Under 5 minutes left, Harlan puts up 2 goals, and Underwood's kind of in goalkeep trouble.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half.
At United Bank of Iowa, the difference is here. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 59 and Pine Street in Harlan, you'll always find a smiling face to greet you and help you with all your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on deposits and loans, and the latest in technology with our online and mobile products. Come and find out for yourself why the difference is here at United Bank of Iowa. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Merrill Field as we're coming out of the halftime break. The Cyclones up 2-1, and they will take the kick. Keeper still out for the Eagles. I did see Reagan Ward. It looks like she's back into the midfield. Not sure who they have back at keeper now.
As before the halftime, it was Lola Paulson. So I'm not sure if she's staying out there. Or...
It does not look like Lola Paulson is back in net. So we'll see. Yeah, looks like Lola Paulson's back in the defense right now. Argetsinger with a good intercept down the line. She's going to try to play through the middle and just right back to Underwood. Long ball by Torniton, and Underwood keeper sub is onto it.
No gloves by the keeper either.
Yeah, that's a telltale sign that she has not played a lot of goalie, as you don't often see goalies not wearing gloves.
Right. I say that's a bold strategy there.
But again, I mean, the Cyclones just haven't provided much threat offensively other than the flurry in the last minute of the first half.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, Harlan put 2 up on them, but I think a lot of that was based off the momentum of Underwood's goal keep going out, and Harlan got a lucky break, which led to a nice breakaway.
Yeah, and here we see Schwiezo back onto it, and she's still with it.
She's still on it.
And she goes with the kick. A little bit of a shove after the shot was away, but ref obviously thought it was shoulder to shoulder. Easy gather by Underwood's keeper, and she clears it away.
As that one has been probably the most aggressive shoulder to shoulder we've seen all game.
Yeah. Again, a lot of times if you get a shot off, the refs won't call a foul. So that may have been the case there. And you didn't see too much complaining from the Cyclones, so maybe there wasn't much in it. So they're going to be on the sideline for a throw. And Anderson with the pressure, but Underwood's going to keep possession.
Seeing Harlan keep it.
Stevens onto the ball. Something you like to see if you're the Cyclones. She's going to try a shot, but it's deflected, and Schwiezo onto it for the Hattie. Schwiezo staying on her toes, gets the deflected shot, and bags herself a hat trick.
3-1 Harlan, as Ivy Stevens, the deflected shot just kind of seemed to be in the right place there. As like you said, she ends up with the hat trick after that. That's
a great awareness from Schwiezo. That's one maybe if you have your starting keeper in, that she'll get onto that, and just not being used to reacting to that sort of stuff, Harlan gets onto it and slots it home.
Yeah, I mean, as the goal keeps sitting on the bench, you hate seeing it. You're out. Harlan's put up 3. 2 actually since you've been off the field.
Well, all 3 because she wasn't in for the penalty.
All 3 have been her off the bench. You're sitting there looking.
And now you're seeing a little bit of life from the Cyclones, a little bit better possession and working the ball down the field.
By the time she's back in, is the momentum strictly going to be all Cyclones now? Because it seems like Underwood has the wind taken out of their sails.
Yeah, and this is one, as Coach Pat Shelton for the boys likes to say, is this is the most dangerous lead in soccer when you're up 2 goals, because you tend to relax a little bit. So we'll see if the Cyclones can stay engaged, as they seem to be doing pretty well so far, as Kiergaard makes a good step up into the midfield to win it. But Underwood just doing a really good job of playing the ball back in. And then we got a little bit of miscommunication between Ward and Georgia Paulson, and the Cyclones are onto it with Torniton going down the sideline. She plays it long to Kayla Anderson, tries to get it backside to Schwiezo, but cut out by the Eagle girls and out for a Cyclone throw. And Cyclones with not a good pass. It's a good idea to try and drop it back, but got to be a better pass, and gonna need to get it off our foot there so we can regather a little bit, and it's out for an Eagles throw.
As we get the goalkeeper for Underwood back into the game here.
As we'll see, it looks like Holly Larson was the one that stepped into the net to fill the void to start this half.
So Underwood back with her regular goal keep here, as she's usually a 96.4% save.
And she's going to hold on to that for now because she was not in for any of the goals.
Right. But unfortunately, her lack of judgment there costed them 3 goals.
Yeah.
And with Harlan girls, that might be kind of the dagger there, because Harlan's defense, after their first goal from Underwood, has not allowed them to really do a lot of accurate shots on goal.
Yeah, this is the Harlan team I think everybody's used to seeing. Good pressure, and Schwiezo's going to play it long down the line. This is one the keeper is going to come out to, and she will see it out for a goal kick.
Yeah, she still kind of just seems like very lax back there. As she usually stands about the 20-yard line almost. She does not seem to stay in the box.
Yeah, and that's something we'll see if Harlan maybe amps up the pressure as Larson comes back on into her defensive role, and Trista McMullen will come off. As Underwood controls it through the midfield. And unlucky, she tries to play the ball. It's off her own teammate, and Schwiezo giving chase to the ball. And it'll be just back into Underwood's possession and up the line and out for a Cyclone throw. And again, we're just throwing it to throw it, it looks like. Not really looking to find a teammate or anybody running. And that's got to be frustrating from Coach Boyson's perspective.
Yeah, because that throwing down there was good position to kind of do something around the goal box.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to play quick, but they're not helping with supporting runs. As they're going to play long, and Albertson will come out to get onto that one.
As it looked like Tyler Hull for the Eagles was right there, and maybe that might be somebody Harlan's looking for, because Albertson came up rather quick when.
And they're going to get another good ball backside, but not the best shot, and it'll trickle out for a Cyclone goal kick. And that's one Stangl will want back after that. She found herself with an open shot, but just couldn't get a good connection. It's out for a goal kick.
Definitely looked like it was her weak foot there. Didn't really get planted like she wanted to.
Yeah, that definitely, I would agree. Not her strong foot. And we're going to see a ball attempted in, but Harlan gets in the way, and a long shot from Ward.
All right, that was up through the uprights there.
Yeah, still 31 and a half minutes left in the second half, so there's still time for the Eagles to mount a comeback. But we'll just see if the frustration maybe sets in, as the Cyclone defense is just holding strong lately. We'll see another long shot wide of the goal and out for another goal kick.
They're definitely comfortable shooting from about the 15 to 20 here, as they're letting it fly the last couple.
Yeah, that's Reagan Ward who went in to keep her, and she seems to have quite the foot on her right there. That's a good effort.
It's almost as if they feel like that's as close as they're going to get, because like you said, Harlan's defense really kind of clamping down around that area.
Yeah, Stevens is dropping back into the defense right now. She's going to be whistled for a foul.
I thought that was pretty clean there, but...
you know, I don't know if she called it, because you did see Ivy reach her arms around, so that's one thing with soccer. When your arms get out away from the body, you're usually going to get called for a foul. And Underwood's going quick. Harlan a little slow to react, but shots right at Albertson, and she makes the save. You know, aside from that opening goal, Albertson having herself a solid game back there.
I mean, right there, she survived about 4 shots on goal, and we're going to be facing another one here as
Yeah, Tyler Holt doing her best to get through, but Ava Miller there to see it out. And
it's almost like Underwood's waiting for Tyler Holt to kind of break free, so I'm not sure if she seems to be the one that everybody wants to get the ball to down there.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the focus of trying to work the shots through when it's not coming from the midfield. And it's going to be out for a Cyclone goal kick. A little bit of confusion by the refs. Not sure if they really knew who deflected what, but Cyclones with a goal kick. And also an interesting thing is you don't see a lot of defenders taking the kick. Most goalies will take that goal kick. The Cyclones having a defender step back to take it, and now it's out for an Eagles throw.
So you're wondering if maybe Dennison's game last night, Albertson took quite a few of those, or?
I think maybe she just doesn't have quite the leg off the ground. Maybe the defender's getting a little bit more solid contact on the ball off the ground, because you can see when Albertson punts the ball after a save, she's got plenty of leg.
Yeah.
It just might be the difference of kicking it off the ground versus punting it. Eagles possess the ball. They're pretty calm on it on the sideline and working it into the middle. And another long shot, and Albertson out to catch it pretty easily. I tell you what, her save percentage was already high, sitting at about 83%, just under that. And, you know, with a game like this, even though she gave up that early goal, it's going to jump up again.
Yeah, she's kind of been spot on after that first one. And here we're under about 28 minutes left. Harlan up 3-1 because they really took advantage of that 5 minutes of Underwood's goal keep being out. They very, very smart took advantage of that time off.
Yeah, Harlan trying to play a little too quick as they're subbing. So Argotzinger and Ivy Stevens coming off, and Cassie Anderson and Haley Good going to come back on. And we're going to throw it right to Underwood, and they will control the ball. Try to switch it, but nobody's on the backside for the Eagles. Cyclone's working the ball down the field. Anderson's going to try and get to it. She gets a little slight touch and causes the Eagles to kick it out.
I mean, it's kind of good that Harlan did get those 3 goals already, because we're back to Underwood just keeping it in our territory there, and Harlan's defense basically has to go to work again for this whole half.
Which that kind of goes to show you that Reagan Ward is a pretty important piece in the middle for the Eagles.
Yeah, we have yet to kind of, maybe 2 or 3 times we've been on Underwood's side this half.
Yeah, you saw, I think they had a bit of an early opportunity when Schwizo scored, obviously, and maybe one opportunity after that. But since the keepers come back in, Underwood's controlling the midfield a lot better. And a long shot over the goal and out for a goal kick.
And that is Avery Honan is the goalkeeper for Underwood. So, I mean, she has a high save percentage as well. So definitely like to see, if you're in Underwood, like to see her back in, because definitely going to make it harder for Harlan to get back up on the board.
And Schwizo's going to get control of the ball in the middle. Again, you like to see a little bit quicker of a pass there, but it's going to go out for a Cyclone throw. And Harlan with the throw. They're going to kick it out, and it'll be an Eagles throw. I thought maybe that came off of the Eagles, but did not see that. So and that's going to be trouble, but Harlan's onto it. And Tyler Hull tried a little fake shot, but read well by Lily Scheckinger. Cyclones trying to sort themselves out defensively, but Albertson's there on the shot.
I say about the 15, they usually just kind of let it go.
Yeah. And that one kind of a weak mishit shot that easy for Albertson to gather. And Cassie Anderson with a little bit of a mistouch, and the Eagles are off. That's one thing Harlan's got to be aware of, is the Eagles are going pretty quick on these throw-ins.
Yeah, they're on the Harlan players as soon as they get the pass in. So, like you said, more times than not, our pass-ins go to Underwood.
Yeah, it's and this is one you can see Torniton was open on the sideline, on the far sideline. You'd like to see her talk to Albertson and maybe call for a roll or something, just to help the Cyclones possess the ball a little better.
I mean, it is impressive being up 3-1, and like you said, possession-wise, Underwood has kind of controlled the game. It's kind of been their game to win, even though the scoreboard shows a different story.
Yeah, again, it's outside of that little break that the keeper took, Harlan's not shown a lot of attack. And it's not for lack of trying, it's just Underwood seems to be defending very well, as we're going to throw it to the middle to Kiergaard. And it's just a quick kick over to Schwezo, but out for an Underwood throw.
As we are at about 22 minutes left to go here.
And we'll see a good split ball from the Eagles. Got a runner backside. Hopefully they can't get the ball back there.
And good clear out by Harlan there.
Yeah, that's good cover from Lily Scheckinger, as if Hull would have been able to get I think one more touch. She had Haley Stangl wide open on the backside, which would have been an easy tap in.
So Harlan's defense prevails yet again, but it's almost kind of how many more times can they do that type of thing.
How long is the bend don't break defense going to hold up?
Because like you said, that's basically all they've had here, kind of all game.
Yeah, as long as Harlan can keep forcing these long shots, they should be okay. Not to say Underwood can't get one off of it, but that could be out for a Cyclone throw. I saw a bit of deflection. Maybe I was wrong. Clearly I was wrong, but it is what it is, and it'll be the Eagles on the attack now. Into the middle to Hull, and we're going to see a quick shot saved by Albertson.
That's again just pulling the trigger there about the 15. And earlier in the game, we saw them miss an upper 90 off the bar, which around the same area, so they can get it there. It's just dialing it in.
Yeah, these Eagles ladies definitely showing they can shoot. That's for sure. And they can also pass very well too, as we're going to see the ball into the defense, and Ava Miller's going to see it out for a corner. I think she was waiting for Albertson to come up and gather that one. Albertson wasn't too sure about it.
And you had an Eagle right behind.
Yeah, and out for a corner. So we'll see how well the Cyclone ladies mark this up. That's a very poor corner from, I believe that was Reagan Ward. One of the few missed kicks she's had today, as she's been pretty pinpoint on all her passes.
Right, I think she was expecting it to kind of curve back in. Ends up hitting the upright.
We'll see the Cyclone set up for this goal kick. And that's a good kick from the Cyclone defender.
And to a sea of Eagles, though, as not very many Harlan players were really downfield on that one.
Yeah, and the Eagles are on to it. It looks like Ward is complaining to the official about maybe a handball. And the Cyclones may need to step out on that, but the shot's saved easily by Albertson.
She had about 3 opportunities there to shoot that one.
Yeah, she trying to wait a little bit too long maybe there. Cyclone's able to get in front and force a bad shot. Looks like there could be some frustration setting in for the Eagles. You know, in their eyes, they've probably been dominating this game, and it's outside of that 5 minutes. This one's back to Albertson for an easy gather, but outside of that 5-minute span where Harlan made their presence known.
It was kind of looking like they had the 1-0 win, possibly wear down a tired Cyclone team, put a couple more on the board, but unfortunately different things happened and Harlan takes advantage of it, and now you have a 2-goal gap.
Yeah, and again, Harlan's defense standing strong, not always in the best position, but they seem to find a way to keep the ball out. Ward back onto the ball for the Eagles.
And if you are Harlan, you kind of look at this game as you're coming off a 5-0 win against a strong Denison team.
And we're going to have a foul back by where Kiergaard kicked the ball. The ref played a little bit of advantage. It's something you don't see a lot in other sports. Kiergaard was fouled. The ref waited to see if Harlan was still attacking with the ball. Since they weren't, he pulled the ball back and called the foul.
And you kind of see, like you said, a lot of frustration on the Eagles. Their hands are up.
Yeah,
they're
looks like
getting a little bit more chippy down here.
Yeah, a little arm to the face maybe there by the Eagles, but the ref didn't see it.
Yeah, because like we've been saying, you put these stats on paper, it looks like Underwood should have won this game or be leading this game by quite a bit, and unfortunately they are not.
Yeah, one of the stats that is tracked in most professional leagues is a possession stat, of which, in my estimation, it would be about 75-25 right now, as Underwood's had the ball for the majority of the game.
Probably double digits over Harlan on shots on goal, as we almost had probably another one from Underwood there. But like you said, Harlan's defense just taking advantage of the 2-point lead.
Yeah.
And they're just clamping it down to where Underwood can't do anything.
And it looks like Harlan's got a few substitutions up to the line, something we haven't really seen a lot of this second half. Hasn't been a lot of subbing, and we're at about 16 and a half minutes left in this second half. As shot by the Eagles is wide.
Yeah, because we're going to be seeing
Lola Paulson tried to hit that one.
We're going to be seeing Ivy Stevens and a couple more Cyclones come back in.
It looks like Darby Argetsinger and Adrian Earlbeck. I believe that's her first time on the field tonight, unless she maybe got on real quick before the end of the first half.
So, those substitutions didn't make it any easier for Underwood.
Is Ward going to try a shot from deep and just curls wide?
It's almost where they just have, that's basically where they're going to get clean shots, is around the 20, because Harlan makes it very difficult.
Yeah, Harlan is packing the box very well on defense. You might think these are a little bit of frustration shots almost from the Eagles.
Kind of shooting a prayer there, hoping something goes in.
Not to say they can't make those, because they definitely are getting a good foot to the ball on them. But Albertson, again, is positioning herself very well on these shots, so it's going to make it a lot more difficult with her height back there.
Especially, from the 20, you have a little bit more room, a little bit more time to get dialed in on the ball, as opposed to being right there face-to-face with the attacker.
Yeah, it's See the ball played up the field by the Eagles, and Ava Miller's trying to get onto it. Gets it wide to Schmitz, who just can't quite get it past that midfield of the Eagles.
Oh, man.
And little trouble from the Cyclones. Can't quite get onto it. And it's saved. Got to be some frustration from the Eagles there, as they definitely should have scored and put that one home.
Albertson was on the ground, and Harlan had about 3 defenders there in the goal box. Make sure that wasn't going in and keep the 2-point lead.
Yeah, it was hard to tell here. I don't know if Albertson maybe dove and got a little punch on the ball to get it out of way, but the defense then swarmed and were able to get it out.
Again, just a heads-up play by the Cyclone defense, and Albertson again going to get a nice touch.
Not sure that'll be considered a save in the stat book, but it's a good play by her to get onto that one.
Because he had, Tyler Hull right there.
Yeah.
She was waiting.
And the Cyclones are going to be on the ball in the midfield. We'll get it up to Stevens. And the Cyclones doing their own good job of possessing it right now.
Something we have yet to see tonight.
Yeah, you like to see them work the passes a little quicker, but they're going to work the ball down the sideline on the throw. So this is a good bit of effort from the Cyclones right now. And a good read by Argetsinger. She's going to get it to Stevens. Good defense, though, from the Eagles, and they'll get it up to Ward in the midfield.
Yeah, just over 13 to go here
and
in the second half.
Looks like the Eagles are trying their own bit of let's kick it up and hope Tyler Hull can run onto it. She's definitely showing quite a bit of speed.
Right. And she's really haven't seen her subbed out, so, I mean, kudos to her. She's still making it down the field.
And it's going to be a foul on the Eagles. Hull getting a little carried away on the shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, getting an arm extended. It's going to be a foul. And it's going to be out for a Cyclone throw. Yeah, you're definitely seeing some frustration setting in for the Eagle girls. It's 12 minutes left, down 3-1 in a game you've pretty well controlled. And now Hull's taking it down the line.
She's still got the step on Cyclones.
Again, yes, she is showing a lot of speed, but the Cyclones just tracking those runs nicely, keeping her out away from goal, and the help's there. Ball's going out wide to the Eagles. They're going to cut it back in.
There's a nice cut back in there. Could be setting up for something good here for the Eagles.
It's a good ball across. The Cyclones doing a good job of staying on it. Shot off the crossbar. This spells trouble, but it's going to roll, and the Cyclones are going to be able to get it out. Hopefully they can get it away, just to give themselves a chance to reset and recollect.
Yeah, Underwood's definitely on the attack here, but Harlan's defense again clears it out. Like you said, just able to do that perfectly fine, and we're going to get a free kick here?
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Ward. She threw her hips into that quite a bit, but I thought she got ball. I'm not sure on the call there, but that's why I'm not officiating. That's
definitely
why I'm up here.
Definitely good sell by Harlan if that's the case.
So it'll be a chance to milk a few seconds off the clock for the Cyclones as we're approaching the 10-minute mark. And we're going to get there and...
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, that good effort by Miller to draw the foul there, but that nothing in that one. And the Cyclones get the ball away, but not what you like to see if you're a Cyclones coach. They're just kind of kicking it to clear it, and this is where they kind of need possession of the ball.
Yeah, you'd like to see them possibly in Underwood's territory here, maybe taking, like you said, time away from that clock in Underwood's territory. Maybe get a little bit more shots on goal because we've only had 3 this half.
Yeah, and that'll be out for a Underwood corner, as Underwood's still keeping the pressure on. Again, there's still plenty of time in this game. As you know, you saw Harlan put 2 in quick in a span of just a couple minutes, and
that was going to get by Albertson, and I think she lost track of that ball there. So that'll be a goal for Underwood.
Tyler Hull putting it in the back of the net there, and yeah, that just Albertson, it looks like she lost sight of it, and the Cyclone girls just didn't quite react off the touch from Hull.
So under 10 minutes to go, it's 3-2, Harlan over Underwood, but Underwood not calling it yet.
And I'm not sure what's going on here, as it should be a Harlan kick. I'm not sure why they let Underwood start after the goal.
Underwood seemed to grab the ball and run all the way up to the...
It's a good try by the Eagles, but not quite how this sport works. And Schweezo's set to take the kick.
As Underwood again on the aggressive attack here, but they have to, only being down 1 now. Could we see a little bit of momentum change here?
Yeah, that's a big goal to get. 10 minutes left, and to pull it within 1. Harlan's going to have to dig deep to try find some sort of press, maybe possess the ball. And you'd like to see a bit more of an aggressive pressure there from the Cyclones, as it didn't seem like a good touch that the Underwood Eagles girls took.
Yeah, they seem to be only aggressive down around their goal box, but I'd rather be playing in Underwood territory right now.
Stevens with some light pressure, and Argetzing are going to get a touch there to force it back. The Eagles staying with it though. And I think this is going to be their plan of attack, is driving down the line and trying to play a ball in.
As you kind of have to feel for Albertson there. She had like you said, a lot of saves in this game. This last goal, it just seemed like she either just misread where the ball was going, or just lost it in the bodies.
With the collection of bodies in there, I'm pretty sure she just didn't see where the ball was coming from, so it was hard for her to react and get there for the save. So we're going to see that out for a Cyclone throw.
But again, we kind of just been waiting for it all game with Tyler Hull from the Underwood Eagles. She's been the person that they've been targeting down there.
Yeah, as we'll get that ball out to Schweezo, and she gets a good switch to Anderson, who's going to play it over the top and let Ivy Stevens run. It's good hustle, though, by Mallory Leaders for the Eagles, as she's able to get the ball out for a Cyclone throw. Looks like she's got quite a bit of pace back there to match Ivy. So Arget Singer will be set to throw this one in.
As we finally are down in Underwood territory, deep in Underwood territory.
Yeah, and Anderson's going to take the shot, just can't get quite the connection she wanted. It's going to drift wide for a goal kick. Hopefully the Cyclones need to get turned and look to see, as the Eagles are playing a short, quick pass on these goal kicks. And the Eagles are off. Hull's coming through the middle, which is scary for the Cyclones.
Again, she gets to step on the Cyclones, and it's got a good-looking shot.
It's a good cutback. Albertson needs to get out onto it.
And she does.
She pushes it away. They're going to call a foul on the Eagles. That's something in this sport that the refs do a lot of, is...
She took a shot there trying to save that one.
Yeah, it looked like she maybe got shoved in the face or punched in the face. I'm sure it was incidental, but definitely something happened there. She seems to be all right, though. She's a tough girl, that's for sure. But again, as I was saying, the refs do a pretty good job of protecting the keeper there.
Yeah, that could have went either way there, call-wise.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Shelby County Farmers Mutual and Century Farm Insurance. Hanson House Senior Living. Experience life, experience Hanson House.
Dr. J's Family Eye Care, longtime supporter of Cyclone Sports in Harlan.
Cyclone Lanes, great family entertainment including bowling, sandwiches, and homemade buttercrust pizzas.
United Bank of Iowa. The difference is here. Member FDIC.
Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Live well.
And this is interesting as the Cyclones are going to pull Albertson off, maybe get her checked out real quick. She said she was okay, but Boyson doing his due diligence and making sure of that.
Looked like a face injury there. Maybe checking to see if everything's all right. And she doesn't seem like she's going very far.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of, again, they waved the coach onto the field, so you got to bring her off. I'm not sure. It looked like maybe that was Haley Good that's going to go back and fill in some time there.
And could this be deja vu for Underwood, possibly getting able to take advantage of Harlan not having their normal goal keep?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Cyclones right now, for me, that's exactly what you want to do, is what Argetsinger just did, is kick it up and out of the field. You'd like to get a goal kick or something so you can get Albertson back on. Because the last thing with Underwood shooting from deep is you have a keeper that's not used to being back there.
Right. And Underwood definitely not letting that happen, but Harlan just, like you said, just been clearing it out down the field every chance to get foot on ball.
Yeah, again, with soccer, Harlan's only going to be able to sub if they can win a throw. You cannot sub on the opponent's throw.
And that could be trouble there, but
we're going to be out for a corner. And this is what we're talking about. This is where it's going to be trouble, having a keeper back there that's maybe not used to being back there. Good ball in, the header's down and out by the Cyclones.
You have quite a few Cyclones though in that box with her to kind of help it out.
Looks like the Eagles are they tried, good little hip check there, but that's going to go out for a goal kick, and that will be the Cyclones' chance to get Albertson back in there, as we've got a Cyclone down.
Yeah, she took a shot there, and I'm not really sure who that is for the Cyclones.
Yeah, quite the hip check there after the ball was cleared away. Looks like it's Kiergaard maybe that's down. Good job by Haley Good to get back in there real quick, and looks like she'll just take the keeper jersey off and go back on for Kiergaard. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of her a little bit.
Local Cyclone coverage on HLTV Channel 15 is brought to you by Keist Auto Center in Harlan, Iowa.
Polly Jones Funeral Home, longtime supporter of Harlan Community Athletics and events.
Family, Service, Community, SCSB.
Conducting Swampler is a proud supporter of the Harlan community, education, and student activities. We move your business forward.
We're your station for Western Iowa sports. Google 105.3 FM KNOD in Harlan, Iowa.
Be a Cyclone goal kick. We've got about 4.5 minutes to play. See if the Cyclones can hold on and get out of here with a victory. And that flicked on by the Eagles. And Stevens getting a touch to it. She's staying aggressive, and she's going to be back.
Eagles there.
Past. Unfortunately, just going to run out of real estate, but switching the ball over to Schwezo.
A good switch there by Ivy Stevens, and Underwood's just going to clear it out there.
Underwood doing their best to keep the Cyclones off the attack. This is a point with the ball going out like this. You like to see the Cyclones waste a little bit more time on the throw.
And Underwood's just helping her do that, just playing catch with the coach there.
Yeah, and we're going to throw it in, and that's going to trickle out. No, she's going to save it. Hold on. I believe, yes, we're getting whistles down there. It's going to be a corner kick from the Cyclones.
She looked pretty far out there to save that one.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of a late reaction, maybe some confusion by the Eagles. That's one absolutely she should have just let roll out, but I don't know if she was getting some talk from her teammates that she needed to try and save it. And Argetsinger will take the corner. Good ball to the backside, flicked on by Stevens. The Eagles look like they're going to see this one out, though. Again, Harlan need to drop in and find a person to guard. That's something Underwood's been doing a good job of, is playing quickly. And they're going to be on the attack now. Ward going to hold it up, and she's going to play long. Scheckinger and Miller there, but Scheckinger stumbles and holds onto it. And kick save by Albertson. Need to get up. And the Cyclones getting in front. What a play by the Cyclone defense there. Albertson with a great kick save there. As the Cyclone girls tracked back really well to force a hard shot. You like to see the effort from the girls there. Scheckinger with a little bit of a stumble. And
it seemed like she stumbled right around the transition there, and with Tyler Hull there, definitely don't want to do that. She's already scored once. Looking for two.
And you can definitely see the speed that she has there.
But again, though, Albertson, huge save.
Huge kick save from Albertson.
She was up ready for the next one, but Harlan had her back just in case she wasn't, as it seemed like Harlan has possibly 3 goals every time, 3 goalies every time Underwood goes to kick it.
Yeah, that's a good job of getting bodies in front of the goal to help your keeper when she's down. This ball trickled back, and got just under 2 minutes left in this half, which we'll see how it goes if Harlan can hold on. Underwood definitely putting the pressure on, though.
You'd like Harlan to possess it down in Underwood's territory, at least one more little possession here.
Ooh. And it looks like the Eagles are going to get gifted a penalty kick there. Not sure about that one, as it looked to go off the shoulder, but they're gonna call that a handball in the box, and the Eagles are gonna get a penalty kick. As Reagan Ward's gonna step up to take it again. I don't know that that's a good call from the officials, but that's what they saw. See if Albertson can read this one.
You don't want games to kind of be decided by this, but definitely makes it more exciting.
And she puts it over the bar. That's off the field goal post. That's got to be a heartbreaker for Ward.
Exactly. Because how many more chances are going to get a free shot off of Albertson there?
Yeah, that's one they've been begging for the entire time, and that's one Ward's going to want back.
Right.
She's been pretty accurate with everything, just got a little under it there.
I kind of would have rather have seen Tyler Hull take that. I think they expected her to probably do that, but
yeah, I mean, one of the two's got to take it, that's for sure. And they were more confident with Ward, and we'll see how the Cyclones recover from this. And they're going to try and play it through to Schweiza, who's not going to give too much of a chase there. About 50 seconds left in this game.
And Harlan's just going to try to keep it down there and just run it out, kind of survive, like you said, with a 1-goal win here for over Underwood.
And that's a good clear by the Cyclones there. 30 seconds left. good job by the Cyclones there. And Stevens onto the goal kick as it was tried to play quick by the Eagles. Cyclones just can't quite possess it too well right now. But Underwood moving a little quicker than they want to. It's going to be out for an Eagles throw.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Harlan will survive.
Harlan escapes with the win, and an emotional award coming off as she knew she could have put that one home and given the Eagles some more life.
But kind of the play of the game there was that penalty kick. On one side, you said the heartbreak from Ward. The other one is just a clutch save by Albertson, and unfortunately set up for the penalty kick there, but just didn't pan out for Ward.
We'll take a quick break before the boys get started here against the Eagles, as the Harlan girls escape with a 3-2 victory in a good battle.
Will improve to 8-2. But like we said, on paper, Underwood seemed to have won this game in a landslide, but Harlan took advantage of Underwood's goalkeeper being out and escapes with a 3-2 win, coming off a 5-0 game last night on Denison.
Yeah, and the Harlan girls will play Friday against Glenwood at Creighton, so hopefully they get some juice back in their legs by then, because Creighton's a big field.
But definitely shows some resilience here tonight.
Yeah, thanks all for watching. We'll take a quick break and be right back.